All right, hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today I have a special guest, Mercedes, or better known on TikTok, Instagram as Bacon Donut. Mercedes, like to introduce herself?
Hello. How are y'all? Oh God, I don't know how all this is gonna go with me.
It's okay. All right. This time we have an American Earper.
Yep.
Got a Texas Earper to be specific here.
Yes. Oh my God, we love Texas.
Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Especially me. Sorry, I do a lot of fat jokes.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you're comfortable with, I'm gonna roll with it.
Okay.
All right. So today we're talking about 403, one of my favorite episodes of the whole show in general. Season 4 has just come out on top.
Oh yes. Like I 100% agree with you on that.
Like, I don't know. Like, I know season 4 isn't even done yet, but it's like, this is my favorite season.
Oh yeah. Like my first favorite was season 2, but like this one definitely.
Yeah. All right. So now 402, a little recap. Obviously, we end with the stair scene,
Lovely,
which
lovely scene.
was great. And that's when we learn that Waverly, Wynonna, and Doc have been gone for a year and a half, specifically 18 months, 3 weeks, 4 days. I don't know. She has gone. Nicole has changed, like, has gone into something so deep that she was counting down the days.
That poor baby.
But we'll get into that in a minute. I wrote some stuff down about that. That I was like, whoa. And then part of the ending was Wynonna and Doc are in town of Purgatory in front of Shorty's. Town has changed a lot. There's some people hanging from nooses, and lots has happened, and that is where we open for 403. So first thing that I've written down, the town is very different, and so Wynonna and Doc walk into Shorty's to grab a drink. Shorty's has also changed. Now it is a juice bar with very fun names.
We love it.
One about Doc, and I don't remember the full name.
A cock holiday.
Yeah, which is just chicken bone broth that I remember. And Doc's like, isn't that just soup? I don't get the point here. So, those names. And then out comes Chrissy Nedley, who we have not seen for a while, guys.
Oh my God, it's been a hot minute.
And I miss Chrissy. Thought she was going to be there more, and she didn't. So I'm glad she's back. And she puts Wynonna under citizen's arrest for the death of her father, Randall Nedley. Now, this was a big surprise, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, it was a huge surprise to me. I was like, what? No.
Like, he can't be dead. He can't be dead.
It's Nedley. You can't kill Nedley.
Exactly. So everybody's like, Nedley's dead, but last time we see Nedley was in 401 when Wynonna left him with Mercedes. So Wynonna's like, what? I left him with Mercedes. This isn't right. And then they all take Wynonna outside of Shorty's, and they almost hang her. Like, Wynonna almost gets hanged. Doc can't really do anything. He doesn't end up doing anything because he has nothing on him, I don't believe. Wynonna does not have anything on her. She doesn't have her gun. We all know this. So they're all kind of in this panic mode. But in comes the new sheriff, because Nicole isn't sheriff, which bothers me so much.
Oh, it bothers me too. I don't like it.
I was like, who is this man? Get him out.
Exactly.
We need a woman in charge.
Yes.
Anyways, new sheriff. We don't know his name, but we'll learn his name a little bit later in the episode, which becomes interesting. And then we cut back to the homestead. Waverly dances down the stairs into the kitchen in some short little lingerie type dress thing and stumbles in on Rachel sitting at the table in the kitchen. And this was a great moment. The introduction for Waverly and Rachel could not be better.
Oh.
And of course, Rachel offers Waverly kombucha, which is Rachel's thing is kombucha. Occurs multiple times in the episode. And we get this great line from Waverly. It's like the
microbes.
So good, so good. And then Nicole ends up coming down. They hear a little bell thingy for one of the traps. Like there's traps now. Why are there traps? And apparently now there's monsters. In this year and a half, Purgatory has been overrun by monsters and demons. So I know I talked about this with Rami. We're getting into this kind of monster thing, monster in every episode, kind of back to season 1 where he had a villain every episode kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're supposed to kind of get that in 4B. So I'm wondering if that's going to play in with the monsters in Purgatory, which I'm excited about because I like having a villain every episode. I'm used to
Same.
it. So they all go out to trap. Waverly puts on a coat and grabs a wooden spoon thing that's hanging on the wall. I don't remember what it said, but the fact that she had nothing.
If I'm not mistaken, it said "bless this home."
Okay. I bet you Waverly got that as a decoration.
Definitely, it's very Waverly.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. And so they all three of them go out to the trap that's outside. And who is in this trap other than Doc, who is trapped in a very uncomfortable place.
Very uncomfortable.
And so they all meet back up with Doc because Doc came back to get Waverly and Nicole and everything. And that's when they mention the town is full of monsters now. And then once they get Doc out, Doc actually ends up going to the new demon bar where Nicole says that's where Mercedes is. Now, Glory Hole is a great place, and I want to see more of it. Because that Mercedes is killing it at Glory Hole. She is a performer. She is an entertainer.
I loved seeing her walk out of the vagina curtain.
The vagina curtains.
Just
so good.
I was like, oh,
it was
yes.
Great. And I remember there was some behind the scenes stuff where Melly was like, I wish I had more vagina curtains. I wanted it to be more. And I was like, oh, that would have been so good. And then we also, at the Glory Hole, we meet Eamon, who runs the bar Glory Hole. Now, Eamon is very interesting. Don't know a lot about him, but he knows a lot about everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
Where's this man coming from? What type of demon is he? Because we don't know. He doesn't seem to be a vampire because he doesn't show off any fangs or anything like that. So I'm wondering if it's anything else. Hopefully, I was thinking back to this, it has something to do more closely related to the garden, like angel, demon kind of thing. More biblical, although I think we're stemming away from the biblical stuff from season 3.
I think a lot of people speculated that Eamon is like Eve, but I honestly don't think he is.
I don't know.
I have another wild theory on who Eve is.
Ooh, do you want to?
So this relates more with 406 and several different things that I've noticed, but also in 403 when Waverly and Doc find out about Nedley being dead and they're in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole's like, well, Jeremy hasn't called, and Robin, and then she just trails off. So you know how Eve was Jeremy when Doc kicked him out of the...
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think Eve is Jeremy. because there's a lot of weird stuff because we don't see Robin.
Yeah.
And like it was really weird during the proposal scene with him just like, when are you two smoke shows, which Eve said in the garden when she called Waverly stupid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds very interesting.
Ronnie and I talked about that.
That sounds wow. That sounds absolutely insane and something that would happen.
Yeah.
I totally see that. Anyway, talking about Jeremy, we find out because Wynonna ends up going to the sheriff's department and gets put in a cage with this half demon Casey. And it's this glass box that we remember from season 2 that Widow Mercedes was locked in, and Doc eventually in 211 was also in there with her. And so they're locked in her, and Casey's spilling the tea to Wynonna about what's been going on. And we learn that this government agency, which we know is Black Badge, we learn this later, has set up shop in Purgatory, secured a border, keep all the demons in, and the humans can leave and come in as they please, but they don't really do that because why would you? So we know Black Badge is back, and they're bigger, better, may not be a good term, but they're here. And it's very interesting because they've changed a lot, which we find out in 404. And then Waverly comes to save Wynonna, but very lawyer Waverly, which is great. But I think the glasses that she was wearing were, I believe, the same glasses from 201 when they went to go save dolls from Black Badge, which we all love those glasses, I will say.
Yeah, everybody was speculating that she was going to come back with her accent. But it didn't happen. And we were upset about it.
Oh, funny. But anyway, so they come in and they're debating with the sheriff about, Waverly's trying to do her lawyer thing, and Morbius, or I don't know the term, I don't know law. Anyway, so she's trying to say, but Cleo walks in. At this point, we don't know Cleo's name, but I'm just going to say Cleo anyway because it's easier. She's the magistrate, so she controls the town. Does she do a good job? No. It is very bad. Anyway, but what we notice is Cleo knows Wynonna. Because the sheriff is like, this is the Earp situation. And she's like, so this is her. And so that's where something is going on with Cleo, and something also going on with the sheriff. Because they're together, because you have the sheriff and the person who runs the town obviously know each other, but there's more that goes down later with them. And we cut back to Glory Hole, and Mercedes is talking to Doc. And apparently Mercedes has been faking being a vampire to protect herself, because it's just easier if you pretend to be a demon so nobody tries to do shit to you.
Yeah.
And Mercedes won the outfit and the braid. Great.
Chef kisses to that.
Like, I love Danny Kine coming back.
I fucking love Danny Kine.
It's her birthday today, by the way. The day.
Oh, I got something to tell you.
Oh, she liked your stuff on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Oh my god, I freaked out. I started crying.
That was so cool.
God, I love her.
That was great. No, so it's Danny Kine's birthday. So happy birthday to Danny fucking Kine, first of all.
Happy Kine. Wow, I can't speak. Happy birthday. Yeah.
She might not see this, probably not, but it's okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, so it's been a pretty good day. Anyway, so, and then Mercedes is talking about what happened with Nedley, because she was the one who was left with Nedley. Apparently, Nedley was getting worse and then disappeared into the woods. So Nedley may not be dead at this point. He just went into the woods and nobody ever sees him again. And we find out who he is, obviously, because people watched 403. And so Mercedes is already speculating that something has happened to him in the woods. So now, cut back to the sheriff department. Cleo announces that there will be a Randy Nedley Memorial Chili Cook-Off for Freedom. And the logo for this chili cook-off is a dick and balls in the shape of beans and a chili, which is great. Is that shirt available anywhere? I want to get one.
I feel the same because I want it too.
That is so funny. It's so funny. So Wynonna has to do this cook-off to win her freedom. Little do we know that freedom isn't really freedom. So now, chili. So they go down to Shorty's to do the chili cook-off. And what else did I say? Oh, and then Waverly comes with Nicole to try and help Wynonna, and Waverly tries to make vegan chili. Waverly,
it's not gonna win anything, Waverly.
So literally, like, Nicole and Wynonna are like, no, we're not making vegan chili. That's not gonna work. That's such a bad idea. And poor Waverly gets a little offended.
No. Yeah.
I feel so bad, but I'm like, how many people in purgatory are vegan?
Not a lot,
I would say based off of where purgatory is, I'm assuming not a lot of people are vegan. Not a lot going on in purgatory for people to be able to do that. So Waverly's a little on her own here, but I love the line where she tries to put seitan, which is some vegan meat substitute thing. I don't exactly remember. She tries to put that in the chili. Wynonna knocks the cutting board of seitan away. It hits Nicole, which I don't think was planned, but it was very funny. And Wynonna makes the great line, "Not today, seitan." There's multiple like one-liners in this episode that I did not write down, but they're so good. Like, it was back at the sheriff's department where the department's had something backed up, and Wynonna's like, "I've been backed up."
Because apparently I've got you got a backlog, because apparently I haven't pooped in a Waverly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna shut up right there because that sounds crazy.
So good. All right, so we're at the chili cook-off. Waverly can't make her vegan chili, and then we cut to Doc. He's going into the woods, find Nedley's, or what we assume is Nedley. And he runs into this alcohol truck, which was a scene familiar that I did not write down, that the monster that we're looking for has broke into and killed the guy who was driving it. He finds the alcohol in the truck, and he takes one because he's going to give it back to Eamon, who they were kind of making this deal back at Glory Hole about the alcohol not making it to the bar and into town. And that's when Doc sees the monster. Now they have this moment where Doc knows that this isn't quite the monster that we think it is, and he's already speculating that this is something else. And then we cut back to, it goes back and forth between Doc and Shorty's. So while Wynonna, Nicole, and Waverly are at Shorty's, the sheriff comes in, and this is where we learn his last name, at least, Claiborne. Important thing about Claiborne is this is where we get into some more Earp history. And Claiborne was hanging out with the Clantons, the originals from the OK Corral. So this is where we get into the deep stuff and the deep history. I'm glad that they've brought more of the Wynonna Earp and the Earp Wyatt Earp history back into the show, because it's been a while since then about like the actual true history, like American history from like textbooks, because we haven't really had that since like season 1-ish. So how do you feel, and how are you I wouldn't say speculating because we kind of already know pretty much everything from the family because that kind of storyline ends with 406.
Yeah, I see. Before watching the show, I didn't really know much about the Earp history or anything related to Wyatt Earp. I knew who he was. I knew who Doc Holliday was, but I never. So seeing like them pull like in season 1 like different things from that time period, and now that they're bringing it back, that's really cool to delve more into it. And
then we don't know Cleo's exact last name though.
Yeah.
Which is also interesting because that could mean that she's somebody else. But the all those families that are kind of enemies of the Earps kind of do things together to take down the Earps, which I'm thinking could happen because Cleo is not dead.
No, she's not dead.
Out of the 4 Clantons, because they're not all Clantons, that appear in season 4 so far, Cleo's the only one where we really don't know the last name. And she's the only one that doesn't end up dead. So I think there's going to be more to do with her, which I hope so, because I actually kind of like Cleo. I like the character. I don't like her in general, but I think her character is good.
Yeah. Because I have to agree with you on that.
It's like she just kind of stirs the pot too much, which makes it funny.
We love someone that likes drama.
Yeah, God. Exactly. And she's always in like power suits, which is great.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah. And then cut back to Doc with the monster. Actually, it's not to Doc, it's actually Rachel with Nicole going back to the homestead to help Rachel because Sheriff Claiborne's like, you should go back. And kind of like, I don't want to say teasing her, but he's very, I can't think of a word for it. He's
insistent on her going back.
Yeah, kind of manipulative.
Yeah.
And like taunting her about stuff might happen, you don't know. And so that's when Rachel says, well, Doc was up on the hill, which she calls Daddy Blue Eyes. And Rachel's nicknames for everybody is really funny.
Oh, yeah.
And we get Jon Snow in a B cup, whatever that was, for Wynonna.
I love Game of Thrones references.
Right. So good. Okay, so Doc ends up actually saving Rachel from the monster, which we don't see originally, but Rachel tells Nicole this. And so then they're all trying to figure stuff out. Cut back to Shorty's to the cook-off. Chrissy is back to decide the winner of her father's memorial cook-off. And so Wynonna, Waverly are like, shit. This isn't going to work anymore. But what ends up is Wynonna wins. And they're all happy and everything, but they shouldn't be happy because the freedom that it promises isn't the freedom that Wynonna thinks it is. Yeah. Cleo takes Wynonna. They go back to the precinct where you ended watching the episode today. Cleo's looking for keys to the government vehicle that Claiborne won't let her have. Drives Wynonna to the border and zip ties her and leaves her there for the monster to come get. This is not fun. So that was Wynonna's freedom was really death, which some may consider a freedom, some may not, depending on how you think about life. Yeah. So let's cut back to a few scenes earlier when Nicole and Rachel go back into the homestead and trying to gather up things for the monster. Doc is trying to get back into the homestead because the monster is chasing after him. This is where we get into Nicole's PTSD. She stands there frozen. Her eyes are like huge. She stands there frozen. Rachel's like, Nicole, do something. Let Doc in because Rachel's actually hurt and can't walk very well from the trap earlier. And so finally Rachel just gets up and lets Doc in herself, and that kind of wakes Nicole back up as Doc coming back in. So this is where we figure out Nicole has gone through some stuff. There's always shit happening with Nicole, and it's so sad. She's always something about her past, and she almost dies, which both happen again in this season.
What is they just trying to trigger us, okay?
I hate it. Like, can we be done? Can this be the end?
It's just like, oh, as soon as we get to the wedding, it'll be over. Well, Emily's just gonna be like, another one. Oh my god.
Oh, it's so annoying how much they do that. Let's think. Okay, where am I now? Yeah, so PTSD Nicole. Rachel finally lets Doc in the house, and they shoot off the monster, scare him away. Now, these bullets that they're shooting don't work on the monster, so he doesn't die until later, which is a great scene that we're gonna get to. Okay, so go back to Wynonna being left on the border by Cleo. Waverly shows up, knocks out Cleo, which was great. And I didn't remember that actually happened. I thought Cleo just ran away. No, Waverly full on knocked her out.
He full on smacked her.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh. Like, that was insane. And then and Waverly takes a t-shirt cannon from the chili cook-off and uses that as her weapon, which just adds to the next scene in general. Then this is also the monsters coming in, but at this point, Nicole, who thinks the monster killed Nedley, has figured out with Doc that the monster is Nedley. Nedley has been taking over the parasites, which I believe are the same things that we see in 401 when Wynonna and Nedley try and go back to the stairs. I'm assuming those are the same thing.
I assume they're the same thing too.
Okay, good. And so then Doc show up. Nicole has a water gun full of kombucha because kombucha kills everything.
Yep.
Rachel's line from earlier. And Doc has a rope to tie up the monster. So we get this beautiful slow-mo scene of Nicole, Doc, and Waverly taking down Monster Nedley, and Wynonna watching while she's laying down zip-tied in the snow. That was, I believe that scene was in the trailer.
I think so.
And so everybody was like, what's happening here? And we know Nicole wasn't actually really shooting anything because we saw the water gun in the scene in the trailer too. So we're like, why is there a water gun? What is this show? Like, we haven't even seen anything and the show is already crazy again.
Yeah.
It was so funny to see like that part of the trailer. So they get Nedley back, and of course Nedley is naked, laying in the snow because he had no clothes on. And so, where am I? And so, Wynonna has the shirt cannon from Waverly or whatever, because Waverly went to go back to help untie Wynonna. Wynonna shoots him a shirt from the shirt cannon to give to Nedley. And of course, it's one of the chili cook-off shirts with the Dick and Balls insignia. So he gets to wear his own memorial cook-off shirt, which is great. Once again, I really want one of those shirts.
I agree.
And so Nedley gets the shirts on. They get everybody back, head back to Shorty's. Actually, Doc goes back to the glory hole to give Aben the alcohol. So, but they go back to Shorty's, and Nedley reunites with Chrissy. Great, love to see it. Glad they're together again. But there was this small moment towards the end where him and Nicole are talking, and you could see Nicole upset. I don't exactly remember why, because for some reason the lines blanked on me. But Nicole is upset about everything, something we don't exactly know. which is really sad once again to see Nicole in any type of distress or being upset for anything, because she's gone through a lot, and I hope that we get flashbacks into this.
Yeah, it really got to me whenever because Nedley's like her father.
Mm-hmm.
She did not hug him.
Yeah.
And that really hit me. I was like, she's really messed up.
Mm-hmm. Like,
and I don't like this.
Go close to him. Like, she stayed like up by the door the whole time and did nothing. And I was like, no. It was so upsetting to see that. And then we get the cuter scene of Nedley and Percy back together.
Yeah.
And then Doc obviously went back to the glory hole to give the alcohol to Eamon, where Eamon is trying to make a deal with Doc, like, you give me this alcohol and I'll give you the blood you need to feed. Where Doc kind of denies it. And then we saw this originally when Doc went to glory hole, this tension between Eamon and Doc. Really weird, partly sexual, and that's on Eamon's part, because Eamon is very flirty with everybody, so...
I kind of ship it, not gonna lie.
Oh, I feel the same way.
I'm like,
I was like, what's happening? Is this... Yes.
Please.
It's like, whoa. And then before Doc leaves, Eamon's like, you smell like heaven. And Doc's like, I know. I was like,
oh my God. Excuse me, sir.
I was like, Doc's flirting back. What is this? Ooh, it was so... All right. Speaking about sexual tension, we cut to the end, one of the end scenes. Way hot.
Okay, can I just say, Melanie should direct more way hot scenes.
She should. I don't remember. There was one from season 3 or season 2 where she directed a way hot scene, and I don't remember which one it was. And it was like, she only did this like one scene for fun or whatever, and she was like helping direct a scene. I was like, ooh, can she do more? And she directed a whole episode and got a way hot scene in. So I was like, she should just, like, every way hot scene there is, she should be there for it.
Oh yeah.
Just gonna say. So, super cute. They're all snuggled up on Waverly's bed, which we love to see. And they're all talking about remembering where everything is. and Nicole's like, you seem to be doing a pretty good job by yourself. And then there's this little rustle noise or whatever, and Nicole kind of perks up and kind of snaps out of their thing that they're going on. And Waverly's like, no, it's just Wynonna. And Nicole's like, okay. And then Waverly's like, tell me about your year and a half. And Nicole immediately changes the subject. She won't even talk about what has happened. And whether that has to do with the trauma or if it has to do with the curse thingy that Ma'am Clanton put on her, I always thought it was a little bit of both going on, because Nicole doesn't really remember what had happened with the curse until 404 next episode, when at the end when Ma'am opens that like jar of crickets or bug things that swarm her again, and that's when she starts to remember, and that's when everything goes down. So I think it's a little bit of both. I think she doesn't want to talk to her, and she also partially doesn't remember.
I think most of it too, because when she's talking to Wynonna when they're cutting up stuff at the chili cookout for freedom, she felt like she betrayed Wynonna and Waverly and everybody else.
Yeah, and like Wynonna was like, oh, were you looking, like, you should have been looking for my gun. And Nicole's like, yeah, I tried. Which, obviously, Wynonna's joking, because Wynonna jokes about everything. But Nicole flipped the switch and was very, very serious. And you could tell that Nicole has tried everything in her power to protect what they had and try and get them back. which is a lot of pressure, and to do that by yourself, it's also really hard. So everything kind of fell on Nicole, and she took it all up herself, but it was not easy for her. So anyway, so Nicole changes the subject, goes up to just check on the traps just in case. And I love this line where Waverly was like, "Can I come with you?" And Nicole says, "Always." I was like, ugh, so good, break my heart.
It just makes me feel lonelier every single time I watch it.
The same way.
Like forever.
I was like, episode 2, I was like, wow, I'm never going to get this, am I? This is never going to happen to me, is it?
Oh my God, I feel that.
So, it was so, it makes me sad, but it makes me happy because they're back together. So, I have a lot of mixed emotions. And then we get to the real ending scene. No, actually, it's the second to last. They cut scenes so fast at the end, I can't remember. Anyway, so we see Chrissy leaving Purgatory, and we get to the border where we have BBDs hanging out and doing their security stuff. So the lady working there gets her supervisor to check Chrissy's ID. The supervisor comes back, Jeremy. Jeremy is officially back because Jeremy we see before is Eve Jeremy. So we're assuming this is real Jeremy because we don't know otherwise. And he's back working for BBD again. But this time in BBD, he's a lot higher up. He's got some more power. And he's running things in Purgatory. So now we know where Jeremy is. We don't know where Robin is. And we still don't know by the end of 4A. He comes back. Because, I don't know, I really liked Robin. So I want him to come back.
I want Robin to come back.
And there's no other thing to say he wouldn't come back, because Jeremy doesn't say anything about they aren't together anymore. He just says Robin's in a safe place. So obviously they're still in some sort of communication between them. So that's good. And now we get to the real ending scene. Now that I've gotten to the end of my notes. So Wynonna and Rachel are talking in Wynonna's bedroom, which is on the first floor, which really isn't even a bedroom. They kind of just makeshifted into a bedroom. Where Rachel has been saying that's been her bedroom while everybody's been away. And they're doing some laundry stuff. Rachel asks, Rachel's wearing Wynonna's leather pants. And Wynonna's like, that's fine, but if you ever take my jacket, and eventually next episode, Rachel takes her jacket. Which is very...
Rachel was doing the laundry and had her leather pants in her basket, and she's like, no.
Oh, yeah.
That's a no-go.
Yeah, that was funny. Great. And then, which is very big sister, little sister, which is great. I love those relationships, and it's very different from the big sister, little sister that Waverly and Wynonna have, because they're a lot more closer and have gone a lot through different things together, so they have some different ties, but this one's more fun. And Rachel is so much more like Wynonna, very sassy, very sarcastic, they make jokes all the time about stuff. So I'm very excited to play into that more. And so then Wynonna walks out with her laundry because she's camping out in the barn now. And then who comes in to take her? Black Badge. She gets black hooded and taken, and I don't remember what the line she said was.
She said it in a British accent, like a terrible British accent, but it was great.
Yeah, it was so funny, and it's such a cliffhanger kind of way to end the episode, because we're like, because at this point, when I originally watched it, I wasn't sure who it was, but we learned it's Black Badge, and I was like, okay, well, that kind of makes sense, because Jeremy learns that they're back, Wynonna, Waverly, and Doc are back. So he's like, okay, well, I need to talk to Wynonna. So it lines up now that I've thought about it. And that's where we end 403. Now, this had lots of layers going on. with context of different characters because everything is getting reintroduced to Purgatory. Like, Nicole's been there, Rachel has been there, and she left and she came back. Based off of what she said and what she's talked about. Because she was like, Nicole, because Wynonna and Rachel were talking, and Rachel's like, she's been alone a long time. But I remember she had to come, I think she came back because she helped Nicole because Nicole broke her leg. And then once that healed up and everything, she went back to probably Monument to go figure stuff out with her mom. And then eventually comes back because she's in season 4.
Yeah.
And so there's lots of layerings and lots of figuring out about what's going on. And we still don't know fully with all the monsters and everything because the rest of season 4 focuses more on the Clantons and Ma'am and stuff, which we have not met in this podcast because she's in the next episode.
Yeah.
And there's lots going on with Ma'am Clanton.
There's too much going on there.
Yeah. She's something else. She is deranged. She is psychotic. There's too much with her.
And she holds a freaking grudge really well.
She will hold on to it till her deathbed. Which she does, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No. We talked 403 is one of the favorite episodes of this. So, is 403 your specific favorite episode so far, 4A? Or
let me think. Actually, yeah, like an overall episode, yeah. It is my favorite. Now, like 402, like my favorite Way Hot scene, it's one of them.
No,
So.
I have a couple. I have 402 is up there, and not just because of the stair scene. I liked the scenes between Wynonna and Waverly and the Guardian, and I liked Eve, who hasn't come back since 402 and will probably come back in 4B is what I'm speculating.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they would just get rid of that character. And then 406, because 406 wraps everything up so nicely. Like, because 4A alone could be its own season, which good thing it's not, because 6 episodes is not enough.
Oh, no. Never enough.
We also get the proposal then, but that's also mixed with the emotion between Wynonna and Doc, which is very hard to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to be happy, but you're sad. So those 3 are kind of together. I haven't decided which one's my favorite, because for me, they're all kind of equal. And, like, 4A in general, like, is so good, and it's come out really with a bang. And, like, usually, like, when you start a new season, there's some buildup. This had no buildup. We went straight into it. I remember talking with Rami where we thought there would be more time spent in the garden. And I thought there was too. I thought they were really going to play into that. No, they did not. They got them out in episode 2 and went straight into the first villain storyline. And now we're going to get a second villain storyline. So who do you think will be the villain for 4B?
I was about to say Cleo, because I feel like she's going to come back with something, but I really think they're going to delve more into the whole Eve situation. Like, that's going to be the main issue. So.
Now, I'm hoping we get a little bit of both Cleo and Eve. They'll work together or something.
Oh, I could see that. Honestly.
Like, that's easy. But what's going to be interesting is who else is going to play Eve? Because the only way we've seen Eve is kind of put on the face of the other characters. So is Eve, and I'm going to say she because that's what's in my mind, but is Eve gonna dress up as another person you could say? Or is
Yeah.
she going to be someone that we know and kind of fill in and out with other people to kind of churn things up?
I feel like she's gonna be mainly one of the main people that we recognize, and then there will be subtle hints of different people that are new that we don't know about.
Yeah. So like what I'm interested is like if she goes in to play one of the main characters, she's gonna be coming in and out of that. But I hope to see her alone, like scenes with her alone or scenes with her and Cleo, just like planning and everything.
Mm-hmm.
When she goes in and out between herself and a main character, I don't want to know at first if that happens. Like I want that to be revealed later because we like the suspense, we like the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that obviously creates more for the main characters too. Is they're gonna be going back and forth and they're gonna be like, oh, remember you said this, and they're like, no, I never said that. Like I wasn't there when that happened.
I feel like she could stir up a lot more trouble for Wynonna, especially because she can transform into anybody. She can transform into Wynonna and make a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah,
make more people hate her.
Now, she obviously can't use Peacemaker because Peacemaker will burn in the hands of a demon, which is pretty much what Eve is, which is not the original thought of who Eve is, because the way that the rest of the world knows Eve is Adam and Eve, and so very different from the thought. But if you delve into it more, because Eve, ate the forbidden fruit, got tempted by the devil, the snake or whatever, that could have turned her into a demon, and that's how she got there.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting if it's the Eve, the kind of Eve we think it is, if she got some background in history too, I think would be interesting. I like seeing flashbacks a lot, so
yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for. So now let's go into some thoughts about 4B. So now we have not an official air date, but we know it's coming in the spring. We're getting closer, guys.
Oh.
I'm excited. My birthday isn't spring, but it comes like a couple weeks before. So if March is in there, that's good enough for me.
March and April is what Rami and I have been speculating because we like to manifest things.
Yeah. Well,
mainly her.
Rami manifested Dom coming out. That story was insane.
She also manifested her haircut. She was doing like this, you know how when you're typing on your phone and it gives you the suggested words? She was doing that on Twitter, and it said something about Dom cutting her hair.
Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
and I was
whatever Rami ends up saying is going to be true. Just Rami, say whatever you want, make it happen.
See, we were trying to manifest it come back like January, My birthday is at the end of January. So, like the 31st, we were like the 31st. It was really weird that they end up having a con for Wynonna on the 31st.
Have GalaxyCon on the 31st. So we're getting some sort of it coming back because the cast is going to be, they're going to have a panel which you can view for free.
Yep.
A free panel, free Earp content, guys. Very exciting. So we're hoping March, April for the spring return. And season 5 has not officially been announced, even though there's been some speculation and there was something written in like some article, whatever, about, and when you look it up, it says something about October 10th, but of course, this is not true. We have no official thing because they'd probably make a bigger deal out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. If it was official, they would all of us would make a huge deal out of it.
Yeah, and Sci-Fi would be posting probably a shitstorm about it. So
yeah,
we're waiting for that. Now, 4B, what are your hopes for the rest of season 4?
I really hope that Way Hot Wedding is at the end. I really hope that, and I just honestly don't know what to expect because they pulled out a lot for this season.
They did. Yeah, I would agree. I want it like last episode. Like 4/12 is the wedding date.
That would be so amazing. Just, I'm going to be dressing up.
To end on a good note for once.
For once, yes.
Would be nice.
Please make it good because last season that was not good. We did not want that to happen, but it happened.
Make me cry happy tears, okay?
Not sad tears, please, Emily.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. This show is insane. I can't believe I watched this.
Okay, so I have a confession.
Oh.
I got into it. It has been a year. I got into it November 12th. My coworker was telling me about it. I'd seen it on Netflix. Like, I added it to my list. I literally added it to my list, and I was going to watch it, but she was like, I'll just show you a scene. You'll be hooked. 109. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed. I was like, I need that in my life.
Good. She knows how to hook people in.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think she'd been watching it that long either. She was on season 3 whenever she was telling me about it. When it was 307. Yeah.
Man, no. It's like, you want to watch a show, here's the scene.
Oh, yeah. So I've gotten some of my family members into it and my friends.
That's cool.
So it's great.
That's nice. All right, so anything else for 4B? We know we want Eve Cleo.
Yeah, I have a real big feeling on the whole Jeremy being Eve. Like,
that is so interesting. Like, I would have never speculated that. Like, I'm not that type of person to delve into the lines of everything. I just kind of watch the surface level and see what happens. I like to be a stupid viewer and not spoil anything for myself.
I'm really weird about it because I'll sit there and I'll watch the show. I've seen Wynonna a lot, and I've rewatched it a lot with several different people. So I catch things that I didn't catch before, and I've noticed in like season 1, like in every episode, there's always a foreshadowing of what's going to happen by the end.
Yeah.
And I can't remember for the life of me what like different ones it is. It only happens whenever I'm watching it.
Yeah.
But I just dive into like what they say, like has meaning. Yeah. And so the fact that Rami like mentioned that to me, we were talking more about it and it made a lot of sense. I was like, yeah, I see it now. I don't want it to be Jeremy, but also it would be interesting.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on with Jeremy, like with him going back to Black Badge and the whole deal with the new Black Badge about like what they're up to and everything. I think it's going to be interesting to see him as more of this leader figure because he's the connection to Black Badge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to play a big role for him. But then to also be a part of this kind of villain and be a main villain also would be very interesting because I mean, him being Eve would explain the no contact for months. Because if it was Eve, it would make sense because Eve doesn't care about anybody else. And we also know Eve went out of the garden before everybody else. So we know she's there before, and we know time works a little bit differently, so we don't know how long stuff has been going on, but we know that stuff has been going on. So I would not be surprised now that you've explained it if that were to happen. Like, that makes complete sense.
Enlightenment, bro.
Oh. I'm not the type of like show, like I don't like theories within shows, like I don't think about at all. And then when I find them, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense.
See, I didn't really delve into it a lot until like Rami and I became friends.
Yeah.
Like we sit there and sometimes we'll talk about things and she'll be like, "Oh, well, this happened," and I'll be like, let's go with that and see what happens, where it will lead.
Let's go down this trail.
Yeah.
All right, now we're talking about 4B 307. We know episode 7s are. If you want to say Wynonna, if you want to say why not, I
like
by now I say both. I use more why not now because that makes perfect sense for their relationship.
Because they're just like, why not? Let's do it.
Why not? This of course this is gonna happen. Let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So hopes. Do you have any hopes for 307, 407 now? My bad. In particular, do you have any things you want going down?
I really want to see like a good like heart to heart between Wynonna and Nicole more than we had in like what was it 405 or like whenever she was throwing up the frogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see more of that to see if she'll dive back into like more of what happened.
Yeah,
we know a lot of what happened, but some more.
Yeah, and I was hoping that because the official proposal has happened and they're going to be planning a wedding, I wanted some them going shopping for stuff for the wedding.
Yes.
Fighting over stuff. Now, if this comes with them fighting whether or not they can have it on the homestead, would be great because there's two cons. There's San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh my god.
New York Comic-Con where Melanie and Kat are like fighting over where the wedding should be. And those are great moments.
I love Melanie. Oh, okay. But my dad died there.
Oh, funny.
I saved that to my phone so I could just watch it and laugh. I love
seeing the edits of like that specific panel.
Mm-hmm.
Like and just like the zoom ins and like those are so good. I love seeing those. Yeah. So if they can incorporate that into 307, that would be great. And then of course a heart to heart. Now not only Nicole having a heart to heart with Wynonna about the year and a half, but also about maybe some insecurities about the wedding, about marriage. Because remember, Nicole's been married before. How did that work out? Exactly. So could Nicole? Obviously, I don't think she has as much fear because she loves Waverly a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think she has really anything to be afraid of. But like the whole marriage idea thing in general, might scare her in the back of her head a little bit, subconsciously.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping some just kind of insecurities about the wedding, not about marrying Waverly because she loves Waverly. That's not the problem, but just marriage in general. And then if she can go ask Nedley, like, will you walk me down the aisle at some point in 4B?
Mm-hmm.
That would be also great. Because I know Rami and I were talking about who would walk who and who would play what roles. Oh, and of course, I think we decided that Wynonna would be Nicole's maid of honor and Jeremy is Waverly's maid of honor. Because we got that from season 3 where there was an accidental proposal because the ring fell out of like the bread or the muffins or something. Which was really funny. Also, Bullstar's ring is gone, so they're not going to use that. Well, it's not Bullstar's ring, it's actually Julian's ring. But that ring I think is gone. I don't know where it is anymore.
Somewhere in the garden.
Yeah, because
Wynonna chunked it.
Yeah.
She chunked it.
Did Eve come across it? Did another person come across it? Because there could be other people in the garden that we don't know about.
I don't think Eve would have, because whenever she chunked it, it was when they were about to go into the portal to come back to Purgatory.
Okay. And Eve was gone by then.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody else. Maybe Adam. Is Adam a thing? I don't know. That would be insane. So
just bring another person into the show.
Yeah, let's just add
another
some
demon.
More. We always like more demons. So maybe they'll go like ring shopping or whatever to get a proper nice ring.
Oh, I feel like that could really happen.
Yeah.
Like Nicole's like, I want to get Waverly a ring. And Wynonna's like, okay, bet, I'm down. Why not?
We're going to K Jewelers.
We gonna get my baby sister the bestest ring there is.
And Wynonna like chooses out the most expensive one, and Nicole's like, you know we don't have the money for this, right?
She'd be like, but she'll love it. And she'll be like, it's ugly.
It's just like one gold band with like a single small ass diamond. And Wynonna's like, it's perfect, it's simple, it works. And Nicole's like, what are you thinking? Like, are you insane? Like, no, we can do better than this. It's Waverly, goddammit.
She deserves the finest of the finest things.
And then Waverly's obviously like obsessing about this wedding and trying to pick everything out correctly. And
oh God, she's just.
I could just see her like debating over like flowers and like centerpieces for the tables.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's easily.
Oh yeah, I see that happening. She's gonna be so obsessive with it.
And Doc's just gonna be like, I don't know what's happening.
He's gonna be like, I can bring the alcohol.
Yeah. And like Eamon's gonna be the bartender.
Oh yeah. He makes the best cocktails, guys.
He makes the best blood cocktails ever.
You'll love them.
And Mercedes, of course.
She needs to be the entertainment.
The entertainment, exactly. Like, I could just imagine what that would be like.
Oh my God, I see it so much.
Like, they bring back the vagina curtains, of course, because it is a lesbian wedding. So.
Oh, yes, yes. We love it.
Yeah. I mean, it makes complete sense. And I've seen a lot of stuff on like social media and everything about like, we know Dom plays guitar, but there's been like pictures of Kat playing guitar. I don't know how much that happens, but like we know Kat plays the saxophone.
We would love to see that, honestly.
Maybe we'll get some like jazz concert vibes, like first dance, first song.
Yes.
Let's do it. And I'm hoping some of Nicole's family. I don't think it would be her parents because we know those don't go together, but we know she has a picture of her sister and her niece or nephews. I think it was her niece, if I remember that post being correct. A picture of them on her desk.
Yeah.
At when she was still working at the sheriff's department. So if they could come, I'd like to see that.
I would love to see that.
Like, everybody come. All of Purgatory, because their friend group is a little small. Just like everybody ends up showing up, and Nicole and Waverly are like, why are so many people here? And Wynonna's like, I kind of gave an invitation to everybody. You know what? Everybody likes a drink, so.
Wynonna. I guess I must have put the invitations in the wrong mailboxes.
Might have hit reply all on the email.
Oh, wow, Waverly, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Jeez. So funny. All right. Let's get into some Earp talk and some social media Earp fandom.
Oh my God.
Now.
Oh.
Most of the people probably watching this know stuff from Earp talk.
Yeah.
The name Bacon Donut. First of all, I'd like to begin. Great name. Second of all, I can't believe you remembered that. I know that scene is a great scene.
I love that scene.
So good. So how did you started watching Wynonna last year in November.
Yeah, and my first TikTok that I ever did with any Wynonna sound was January 26th. Only reason I remember this is because Rami and I delved through our TikToks together.
Oh my gosh, mine was someday back in October, this past October. So that's where I was in. So you've been on it for quite a while. We could say one of the beginning things. Had you seen any Earp talk before you had started?
I seen Rami's. I came across Rami's because I was looking up Wynonna Earp, just TikToks, and I saw hers and I was like, oh my god, I love her. Yeah. And she's really pretty too.
Yeah.
Yes, she knows.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So I followed her, and then I saw a lot of Wynonna content.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I love this. And then I made a video not long after she made the video with the same sound, and I didn't know about it.
Yeah, see, it was great. It was destiny.
Yeah, but I didn't start officially making a lot of content until around when the season 4 trailer came out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, yes.
This is the time.
Yes, it's the freaking time.
So you're also on Instagram and you do a lot of edits. Now we're going to talk about something else that's recently happened on Instagram about Wynonna Earp. I'll get into that in a second. So these edits. So I noticed you do edits and you do a lot of them and I love them very much. I love watching these edits.
Thank you.
Did that come initially with watching the show or after you started doing more, if you started getting more into the fandom?
I didn't really start, I never really knew how to do edits. And so I started doing it on TikTok. And I sent it to one of mine and Rami's group on Snap. I sent it to one of the members, and she was like, "Oh my god, that's good. You should post it." So I posted it. It hit a lot of people liked it, and I was like, "Oh my god, yes!" And so I started making more. There was a continuous week of me posting several different ones, mainly of cats.
Well, of course. I mean,
Catherine Burrell.
I have an obsession, let me tell you.
You know what?
Exactly.
One of my stickers.
Yes.
Oh, I have so many stickers with cat on it. It's great.
Yeah, no. I mean, I would agree. I'm just going to say I agree in all things. Cat Burrell.
So then Rami was like, "Oh, I'd like to see a Dom one," and I was like, "Okay." Made her a Dom because that's her wife.
Yeah, exactly.
We live for it, and then I started posting them on my Instagram. And then today was the first time that I had one of the cast members like my edit.
Danny Kind. Danny fucking Kind.
Oh, I love
amazing.
That.
So your Instagram under the same name, right? Bacon Donut.
Yeah, I had to put 2 underscores in front of and then behind because
somebody probably don't have that name. Did the Instagram come before or after the TikTok?
So I've had Instagram since I was a wee preteen.
Oh, no.
And it's had various different names. The name that I had before I decided to go with Bacon Donut was just Mercy Cross, I think. It's my stage name.
Ooh, stage name.
And then when I got into the group that I'm in with Rami, I was like, I'm thinking about changing my name. They were like, do it. So I did. So Bacon Donut stuck.
That's a great name once again. It's a great one. So let's think. I was going somewhere else. Oh, right. Again, with Instagram, you, Rami, and the whole gang decided to do role play TikToks. Now, can you explain who is doing which character? You are doing Mercedes, of course. Rami's
Rami's Waverly. Mikey is Robin.
Okay.
Holly's Doc. Noam's Wynonna. And Angie is Rachel. And Victoria is Nicole.
All right, great. That is the best thing that has come out of this past week for me. I pretty much laugh at it all day, every day. And I don't know where you guys keep finding pictures. Like, do you just find the internet and search up, like...
Oh, you're talking about our role play account. Oh, yes. You said TikTok, so I was talking about my TikTok.
No, you do it on TikTok too, but, like, there's Instagram.
Okay, so Instagram's different.
Okay.
We had to get 2 others because our Nicole and Wynonna are busy.
All right.
And so Nicole's one of Rami's friends.
All right.
And then Wynonna is some random Wynonna that texted Rami when we first started it.
Oh.
And Rami and I just scour the internet a lot for pictures, especially on Pinterest.
Yeah.
It's great.
Pinterest always has really good pictures.
Yeah.
Reliable, easy.
Yes, very.
Now, I hadn't figured out how this was going to work because I wouldn't know what to post. But what if Nedley had an Instagram?
If you want to be Nedley, we'll gladly take you.
I was looking the other day. I was looking at Greg Lawson's Twitter to see what he posts. He doesn't post a lot of pictures of himself. It's mostly Star Wars and this continuous gif of a goat coming out from underneath an oven.
So I'm assuming you relate to him very much. But I will tell you, if you do this, the group chat sometimes gets a little NSFW between Way Hot and Wine Sadie's.
All right. I'm not
because we try to top each other. They'll do something, then we're like, well, this, and then it's just back and forth. And then when one of us doesn't have our significant other, we're just like, ew, gross, stop it.
Get a room. I can hear you through the walls.
Well, no, we live down the road from Way Hot lives down the road from us.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we had a little incident the other day where somebody was really angry with Mercedes and Wynonna.
Oh. Today, you guys, was it today that you guys went out or yesterday?
Wait, what?
There was something you guys were up. Wynonna and Mercedes were up to something.
Oh, yeah, no, Wynonna and Mercedes. Okay, so Waverly's pregnant.
Yes.
Before
the marriage, by the way.
Mercedes is pregnant with twins.
Oh.
Found out yesterday.
Oh.
And as a celebratory thing, Wynonna stole Nicole's credit card and bought pizza with it.
Nice.
Mercedes paid her back though. So.
Okay, good. Because Mercedes has money, guys. Let me tell you. She better be tweeting. I can't talk. Treating Wynonna well. All right?
Okay. Listen, Wynonna and Mercedes treat each other very well.
I would hope so. No. Okay, so I'm going to think on the Nedley thing. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Guys.
Hey, we got Doc. And Doc's not very...
Doc, is trying to figure it out, man. He's just
it's funny. Doc will, be gone and then come back and he'll be like, what did I come back to?
Yeah.
A lot of ass pics. No. A lot of talk. Yeah. It's great. And he's like, I don't want a part of this. No.
Please get another room.
Oh, it's bad. We get pretty bad with it.
That's really funny. Yeah. So, you guys, what are the names of these? All right, so for Mercedes, curated by Mercedes, is portion control. Obviously, I'm assuming that means portion control.
I just took it from her stripper name, so
I don't
know.
It's great.
Thank you.
Wait, did Mercedes have a stage name?
Yeah, she was portion control.
Is that what it actually is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
That's what I took it for.
Okay, good.
I was gonna spell it like the car name, but I had to look up how she spelled it. I was like, whoa.
No, she spelled it like the name, Porsche.
Yeah. I was thinking like the car because Mercedes.
Oh, no. The car. We're sticking with car names. No. And then for Wynonna, we have Whiskey Soaked and Reckless with a period in between each word, which is also a great name.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Nicole, we have Sheriff Nicole Hot, periods at the end of each word. Waverly's is Waves _ Hot. And of course, Waverly took the name Hot because you can't get rid of that name. Exactly. Ron and I discussed this, that
I don't know why people want or are like, oh, Nicole's gonna take Waverly's. No. You don't get rid of Hot. No.
Don't get rid of that.
We need more jokes with the last name. It's
too good of a last name. So I don't care. And then let's see, who else is okay. Robin is potato with rhythm _ in between the words, which is I forgot about the potato and the jazz thing. So that one's great. For Rachel, we have Kombucha Maker 3000. And Doc is Cowboy Hat .6969.
I came up with that.
Oh.
To make it more authentic.
Yeah. And he chose the number 69 are great. I like those a lot. And yeah, this is great. I'm very happy with that. And I know there's other roleplay accounts, but since like I know who you guys are, I was like, we're gonna do this one. This is the one I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rami's following just keeps getting higher and higher on the Waves account. I'm just like
she had like 50 in one day. It was.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now she's got like 80 something, probably more than that.
She's actually at 95 currently. At the time I'm looking at this.
Oh wow.
95. I mean, she keeps up with it.
I'm on that account more than I am on my original.
That's right. That's really funny. I split my Instagram between like 4 different accounts. I have like my main, my YouTube one, which is what most people see. I have another YouTube channel that I read children's books on. That's mainly for my mom and her teacher friends. And then I have my spam one. So I keep up daily with. Let's see what Kat Burrell posted. Oh, Kamala Harris. Oh, and happy birthday to Danny Karen. I love these pictures of them. Oh, there's this one from the end of season 3 with Danny in the pink dress.
Oh.
On set. And then Working Moms pictures. I love Working Moms. Do you watch Kat's other shows?
Yeah, I watch Working Moms. I haven't watched Good Witch because I never watched it from the beginning or anything.
Well, I'm going to let you know, I watched it, but season 6 is not out on Netflix, nor can I find it on demand. So the season that she's in isn't even out yet. So you can wait plenty until season 6 is out. I watched all 5 seasons hoping I could see season 6 on demand. When I got to on demand, only the last 2 episodes were there. I was like, how am I supposed to watch the last 2 episodes? Ugh. And then Elise Bauman, who the cast knows and we know from Carmilla, yes. She's also comes into season 6 with Kat.
Oh wow!
They work together.
I actually think I knew that. It just slipped my mind.
Yeah. No, so we also get to see Elise in there too, which I'm excited for because I like
That's
her.
amazing.
Yeah. So I've been scouring, trying to find where I can get season 6. It's on Amazon Prime, but you also have to pay for it.
I have Amazon Prime, so
Yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna pay $2 an episode. I don't have the kind of money for that.
I'm broke.
So yeah.
I'm a broke hoe.
It's so sad. All right. So let's see. Now. Oh, what's happening? I have stuff on my phone. People keep liking people go back and my TikToks, they'll go back but they're liking super old ones. I'm like, wow. There's the stair scene one I did a long time ago. Everybody keeps liking that one. I'm like, okay, I've gotten over the craze of this. Please stop reminding me. Please stop reminding me.
Oh man, now the videos that I got a lot of views for weren't even Earp talk or my normal acting.
Yeah.
It was more of me just trying to make a thirst trap.
Oh.
And the main one it was the one where it was trap, bunny, bubbles, and you switch into a new outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mainly had my other flannel on and I had a lot of skin showing. I'm not gonna lie about that. And I got a lot of haters on it, but that's okay. I got more clout.
Oh, see, it cancels out.
Yeah.
More people like it than dislike it. What's the point?
Yeah.
Your job wasn't done. If you truly hated it, there'd be more of you.
Yeah.
So, it don't matter. No, I pretty much stay with Earp talk until the other shows that I watch start again. Legends of Tomorrow is my other favorite show. So, until that comes out, I might do stuff for that. I might not. Arrowverse talk is a lot of younger kids. So,
yeah.
I've debated whether or not if I want to do that. I don't want to be with kids 5 years younger than me. I don't think they should be watching those shows either. That's another debate. Now, I want to get into, Rami kind of explained this when we were talking last week, how you and the gang met. It's you, Angie, Victoria, stuff like that. This was through a Discord?
No. So she said it was something different, but back when TikTok for America was going to get taken down this last time, this TikToker, this Earp talker, posted this video and was comment something, and so I commented and they were like, do you want to join a Snap group chat? And I was like, sure.
Okay.
Come to find out, there was a bunch of kids a lot younger than Rami and all of us.
She was talking to me about that, and you guys were just like, no, that's not.
Yeah, because we like she said, we got a little NSFW for all of that. And Mikey was like, hey, let's start a group chat of our own. So it became the 7 of us. And I've recently added my best friend, Rosalind, to it because she's into Wynonna now.
That's insane. I love once I started joining, I'd see all the stuff of you guys on Zoom calls or whatever, just doing crazy shit. That's so funny, but you guys are all in different areas. The time differences, that. Do any of you end up staying up in the middle of the night doing this? Because you're intense.
I've stayed up. The latest that I've stayed up is 10 a.m.
Through the night?
Talking to Rami. I'll be on Zoom with her. I fell asleep on Zoom one time. We were going around Canada. It was great on Google Maps. It was amazing. I loved it.
Trying to figure out where stuff is.
Yeah, we were well, since we're planning on moving together to Canada, why not? Get a feel of the land, even though we're not there.
Let's get to know before we move. Where would you? Okay, if you were gonna move, Where would you?
So since I want to be an actress,
Mhm.
we're gonna move to Toronto and we're gonna save up money to build a house, I believe in Calgary.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
buy our own land and build a house.
That's like Alberta if we're talking
Mhm.
provinces, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Now for acting, not only Toronto but Vancouver has a pretty good scene too.
Oh, I know.
A lot of shows there. So if you end up doing that, you could end up there just shooting stuff, filming stuff. Which Alberta is closer, Calgary is closer to Vancouver, so
Mhm.
that would work out. For some reason, I know the geography of Canada. There's this one guy on YouTube that I watch who does political stuff, and he's Canadian, so he did a lot of stuff on Canada. So I watched up on that for some reason.
Okay.
So if I
The
move
more
to
you
Canada,
know, right?
I know how the government works there. So if I ever move there, now I know.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. No, I remember Rami had with what went on Wednesday. Rami was talking about good thing I got out of whatever 8-year-old me was thinking about moving to America.
I was like, I know, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it here.
Oh, I may live in California, but I live in a not so liberal area.
Well, I'm in my dorm right now.
Yeah.
But my
Where's
hometown,
your dorm at? Where are you going to school?
I go to Panola College.
Normal college.
Yeah. It's like like a junior college. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
But my hometown where my mom's living at, that town isn't so, it's small. Like literally the high school and junior high are combined. And it's like whenever I was going to school there was like altogether like roughly 250 kids.
Wow, that's insane. What is the closest big city to that area?
Well, if Longview, but if we're gonna talk about bigger city, Houston, which is like 2 hours away, 2 or 3 hours from here now.
Okay. I went to Texas once for a tournament, and where did I stay? Was it outside of Dallas? I think some town, like bigger suburb. I think outside of Dallas. I was there for a water polo tournament. Didn't do very much. Think I ate Jimmy John's every day. Don't like Jimmy John's anymore, I'll tell you that.
I've never had it, so.
You don't have to. It's nothing special, to be honest. It's a Subway, a Jersey Mike's. They're the same. So I've been there once, and I don't think I would go back. Considering what Texas is, I'd only probably stay in the bigger cities because those are the areas that are kind of nice. So I wouldn't go there. Yeah, Texas is a interesting place.
Yeah.
I think it was gonna be blue at one point in the election. I did. Was it? No.
No. Definitely not. I could have told you that. No, not at all.
I wouldn't think so either eventually, but it's okay now. We didn't need Texas anyways. Don't need Texas anyways.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So let's think. Talk to 403. Talk to the Earp fandom. Are you on Twitter?
I was. So I have this habit of whenever I first started watching it, I downloaded it because I knew all the cast was on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this will be cool. Follow through. Follow a bunch of Earpers.
I don't do that. There's too many of them.
Oh my God, there's way too many.
And then there's some, I'm going to be honest, there's problematic people in the fandom. So I just avoid that and don't follow. I think I follow Rami. And then Rami like tweets a bunch of other stuff and likes a bunch of other stuff, and that's how I find all my information.
Yeah. Rami, I tell Rami, like the last time that I deleted, I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't have it. She goes, you need to download it. And I was like, okay. So I downloaded
You
it.
can just tell me everything.
That is my thing this last time that I deleted it. She goes, why'd you delete it? I was like, you just tell me everything anyway, so you keep me updated.
I'm on Twitter, I don't know it, but you know it, so you just tell me. It's the easiest way to do things. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I follow other stuff on Twitter. I just made a Earp account for Twitter so I could do all that stuff on a different account because I don't use my main one as much. I kind of just use that to stay up to date on all things, everything. So I have another one that's an Earp one. So that's nice. Now, this is a podcast. Do you listen to any other Wynonna Earp podcasts, or are you into podcast kind of thing?
Okay, here I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest.
I haven't listened to any.
Wow.
Yeah, surprise.
At most, there is. I know there's more probably, but I know of 3. There's Tales of Black Badge with Bonnie and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie and Kevin, well known. They are moderators for panels at EarpCons. They have their, which is Tales of Black Badge, that's been running since the beginning of season 1, since it aired. They've been going through it. There's lots of good cast interviews. So if you're ever going to watch that, that's the one I recommend because that's the one I enjoy the most.
I did look it up and I made me an account on the website that it's on. Mm-hmm. So I could whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because Rami was like, you need to listen to Kat. She just rambles.
It's so good. I just love hearing them talk and they just talk about the show, other stuff, whatever, and it's so nice. Dom's is very therapeutic and calming, and that time she went to go pick up a package and it ended up being maple syrup was great. Really funny. So that's the one I'd recommend the most. Mm-hmm. There's the official Wynonna Earp podcast that is run through Sci-Fi. That one's pretty good. That one's only been running since the end of season 3. They do some cast interviews with that one. The girls that host are very enjoyable to listen to and very funny and upbeat about stuff. And then there's the Why Not podcast. It's newer, and this person and their girlfriend, I don't know if this is a girl or the person that I've heard who runs is a girl now. I'm not sure, so I'm just referring to them as they for now. Them and their girlfriend, they're rewatching Wynonna Earp because their girlfriend is watching it for the first time.
Ooh.
So I haven't listened to any of this yet. I plan to at some point, but you can find that podcast on Spotify.
I actually have that podcast on Spotify.
Yeah, so I've been meaning to listen to that one, and I have not yet. I listen to a lot of other podcasts. I listen to them in my free time while I'm doing chores or whatever. So, yeah. But Tales of Black Badge, all the cast interviews are great. They pretty much have everybody on for each season. Mm-hmm. But they also do Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast. You can find it on the same. I've never watched Buffy, so I
haven't either. I've started it. I'm on like episode 3. Rami's angry with me about that. She's like, you need to watch it. I didn't want to
tell her. I was like, I'm not gonna mention it. And if she listens to this and she comes at me, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't known you that long. Don't get at me like I was supposed to watch it 2 years ago. Right?
Oh my Lord.
I know you started watching it when you were 8, but when I was 8, I was still watching SpongeBob. So, let's calm it down. I might watch it, I might not. Haven't decided yet.
I have it on my Hulu, so I mean,
it's on Hulu.
But I have
so
many shows that I watch. I was watching it along with Grey's Anatomy, and oh my dear Lord.
That's my dad.
Hi.
I just got mac and cheese.
Ooh.
My dad's making short ribs. So good. You want some?
Sure.
People like feed stuff through the camera. Yeah.
I've done that. Oh my. Okay, so.
It's hot though.
Oh, you teasing me. You naughty nut. Oh man, no. Let's not talk about me and food on Zoom.
I know you like to talk about it with Rami.
Oh,
Rami called you out.
You? Oh no, I watched it.
She called you out.
Did she tell you what I call her?
I don't know, but I don't exactly remember, but it's something about she's a Taurus, and apparently Taurus eat a lot, and so does she.
I'm really weirdly big, like into zodiac signs. So Rami was like, I'm a Taurus, and I was like, oh, so you eat a lot. And she was like,
how did you know?
No. And I was like, mm-hmm. So she ended up getting chips. And I was like, you fucking Taurus. And it just went off from there. Went off.
If you were to guess my zodiac sign.
Well, you said March. Well, no, you said your birthday's like in the spring, right? So
before spring.
Before spring, so you're either like a Pisces or Aries.
Take a guess, which one?
Pisces.
That would be correct. I'm a March Pisces.
I know a lot
which
of
I
them.
think are a different breed of Pisces, if I'm okay.
Okay, I don't want to even sip the tea on that. I don't want to spill the tea on that one, but I know a lot of Pisces that are born in March. Some of them just are not my cup of tea.
It's weird. I looked stuff up about like the traits and everything, and there's some things yes and some things not. I don't know my full zodiac chart, so I'm assuming there's some other signs at play. Because I'm definitely not a full Pisces. If it were to go off of the 13 sign calendar, you added in the 13th one, because there's been talk about that, I would be an Aquarius. And there is some Aquarius traits that I also play into. So, I'm a little mix of both. And hopefully that's true according to my chart, which I don't have.
So on Snap, you can add like your like birthday and everything and the exact time you were born, and it'll give you all your like the signs that you are in like each planet. It'll give you your moon sign, your rising.
I don't remember that.
I am a Sun Aquarius. My moon is
I see this
Sag, and my rising is a Libra.
Time of birth. Is that like 10 something? I'm guessing the time of birth. I know a close approximation, but I don't remember exactly. So we're gonna
just wing it.
I'm making it right now. All right, let's see. All right, my sun is obviously a Pisces because that's the born. Wait, I wanted to go back. Wait, I clicked on it to send instead of read more. Oh, I don't want to read more. Go back. Okay. My moon is a Taurus. I mean, I do eat a lot, so that would make sense. I'm not gonna lie. As the kind of athlete I am, we're not doing very much right now, so I'm probably overeating, but that's okay. Let's see. Rising is a Gemini. That's scary.
Red flags. Scary. I don't know if we can be friends.
I don't want to do this. I should have not mentioned that. Oh no. That's a bad sign.
No. Listen, it depends. Like, so if you're like an actual Sun Gemini, like your sun sign is a Gemini, then like I've noticed like more of like beginning to like mid. I do not mess with them.
See, this
endings are okay. Like my best friend's boyfriend is ending Gemini, and he's really sweet.
No, this is my rising sign.
Yeah.
So that's a weird thing because I don't know exactly what that means if I'm being honest. My Mercury is a Pisces. My Venus is an Aquarius. So that's where that comes in. My Mars is a Capricorn, which makes sense. And I'm going to explain why. My grandpa is a Capricorn. And I've been told a lot that I'm like my grandpa. So this makes more sense now. And then my Jupiter is Leo. I'm going to be honest, that one makes a little bit of sense too. I'm not going to lie. My Saturn is Gemini. This is not going well anymore. My Uranus is an Aquarius. There's some more Aquarius. My Neptune is an Aquarius. Pluto is Sagittarius. Okay.
My Neptune, well, my Uranus and Neptune are both Aquariuses.
Wow.
I love the Aquarius.
We're doing good.
Life.
Okay.
Plus, like Emily and Kat are both Aquariuses.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're like the queens, you know?
This is great. Hold on. I'm trying to scroll through to the end part. Okay. My elements are air is 40%. What is this? Modality is 48% mutable. So that's the majority. So I'm an adapter, which I would agree with. And then I'm more yang than yin, but by like 2%. What's the difference between yin and yang? You know.
Oh shoot, hang on. I think if you hang on, I will get back to that. I don't know the difference. I've looked it up. I've looked it up over a million times, and I still cannot remember for the life of me.
Dom's in Aries, right?
Mm-hmm.
When's Melanie's birthday?
December. She's a Sag. So, like, December. Good question.
I'm looking this up. Give me 1 second.
I can just go to
December 20th.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why that didn't come out of my mouth.
Okay, so December 20th. So she's a Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
Right before Capricorn, isn't it, though?
Yeah. Okay, so it goes Cap, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus,
Mm-hmm.
Cancer. No, Gemini, Cancer. And this is where I get laggy.
There's Leo.
Oh, Leo.
Is it Virgo?
Virgo.
And then Gemini?
Scorpio. No, Gemini's in between Taurus and Cancer.
Oh, okay. So Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and then back to Capricorn. Is that correct? Because my sister is early December, so she's a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Okay. So Melanie is Sagittarius. Kat
and Aquarius.
Aquarius, right?
Uh-huh.
February 12th. Nice.
Danny is a Capricorn.
Yeah. Early Jan.
Oh, my polarity, my yang is 69%.
Mine's 52. I'm very balanced.
I'm not. I like to cause trouble. I canceled one of Rami's haters on one of her TikToks.
Oh.
I missed the night before, and I woke up to, like, everything that had happened, and she was like, man, you missed it. And then
now what?
I called this hater out the next night.
Can you explain what this hater was doing?
Okay, so this hater, it was when Rami, like, a bunch of shippers of Domcat, I'm assuming.
Okay, this was before I joined.
Attacking her about her hair.
No, I was there for that.
And I made a video on the one before that about the Domcat shipping thing. that upset me. And well, the person, they were being nice to Rami, but somebody else was coming back to me and telling me, and I was on a video chat with Rami and telling her, and then she was like, huh? But they're being nice to me right now. I was like, huh?
Oh, really?
And my anger, like, I love to cause trouble and drama, and whenever
I like to sneak myself into drama. I don't cause it, but I will get in the middle of it, and I will like to know everything that goes on. Why do you think I'm asking you and Rami these questions, first of all? Just saying.
So whenever I was on call with her, they were commenting on one of her newer videos that she had made.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's funny. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's funny. You're being nice when you're literally the one that caused all the trouble. And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about, and started going off on me. And I like came back at them, and they deleted their whole comment.
Wow.
I canceled them.
You know, that's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently, according to the internet, Yang is positive, which are, does it say fire, air signs? And Yin would be the negative then to go against that. I'm more Yang, just a little bit. So I'm just 2% more positive than being a complete in between.
I'm 69% positive, so
that's good. I would say that's better than me. I can 2% away from not being well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's very interesting. My mom's an Aries, because my mom's 2 weeks after me, so she's just the start of Aries on the 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very weird because she doesn't seem like an Aries, but then there's some sprinkles that you get every once in a while. My dad's a complete Virgo. Very interesting to live with, I'm going to be honest. Like, you have an Aries and a Virgo married.
Oh.
That's...
Oh, wait, why is that Jenna and Julian?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
I was like... you said that, and I thought of Jenna, and then I thought of Julian, and I was like, oh.
Except my mom is the Aries, and my dad is the Virgo.
Oh, that's chaotic.
It's gender swap, and it's...
Oh,
very interesting. Yeah.
So my mom is a Leo. She does not seem like a Leo. Like, she's like in Leo, but she doesn't really seem like it. And my dad is a Sag. My sister is a Scorpio. Oh, God. Let's not talk about that. And me being the Aquarius, I'm just like, what's up, guys?
Hey.
What's up? He gets along with everybody. And then most of my friends are Sagittariuses or Leos.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are my friends? One's a Taurus. What's August? What's early August?
Hang on. I'll remember. Oh, shoot. I forgot to say a Libra earlier.
Oh, what's the dates? What are the dates? Early August zodiac. A Leo. That would make sense with her. And then my other friend is what's April? Early April is an Aries, but she's an early April Aries, so I think there's always differences between if you're like what month you are for your sign. Mm-hmm. Like Pisces from February are different from Pisces in March.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why this occurs, but they're different.
That's like Aquarius is at the end of January and early Feb.
Yeah.
Completely different. I'm in the middle of it.
Oh,
I'm born at the end. I was born at the end of January, basically. So,
see, like I'm pretty early March. Like I'm the 7th, so I'm like that first week.
Oh, Your birthday's March 7th?
Yes, my birthday. Rami has told me.
Holly and Angie both. Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I got some birthday friends now.
Yeah.
I have people I know, but their birthdays are always like the day before or the day after me.
Oh.
Like I know people on the 6th and I know people on the 8th. I'm like, so close. So close. So yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I think I'm eating dinner soon. Don't want to miss the short ribs, man.
Yeah.
My dad may not be Southern, but he knows how to barbecue. Well, let me tell you. I mean, Northern California, I consider it. Northern California is like if you were in the South, but it was colder.
Oh, okay.
It's very rural. Like you get past Sacramento, which is our capital, and it's very like rural. There's small towns and everything. So that's where my dad grew up.
Oh, wow.
So it's very interesting. He does very good biscuits and gravy. Which
I love me some biscuits and gravy, not gonna lie.
Now I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan. I eat them every once in a while when he makes them, but I prefer the biscuits over the gravy. But everybody else who likes it likes my dad's biscuits and gravy. So he knows how to cook a good meal. We're gonna round it off to there. So I'm gonna go eat some good short ribs.
All right.
Some good mac and cheese because I finished the small bowl that I had, which is depressing because now I'm very hungry and want more. And I hope you get some good eating in too.
All I got taquitos. I'm just gonna heat them up.
Oh,
I love because I missed dinner, but it's fine. It's whatever. I wasn't hungry then.
You eat dinner whenever,
Yeah.
Time is irrelevant. There was another word I was going to use, but I forgot it. Time doesn't matter. It's a construct. That was the word I was looking for. You can do whatever whenever you want.
Yeah.
So you're going to have some taquitos. I'm going to have some ribs. And we're going to call it a night. Thank you very much for coming on. So glad to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
This talk was wonderful. This is probably going to end up going tomorrow. I usually do it on Sundays, but I don't have time anymore, which is okay. So thank you for coming, and I will see everybody later. Goodbye.
Bye.